I'd like to share with you just the context that I work in. And I suppose all that Brazil, Papua New Guinea stuff, I suppose what that taught me was no one agency, no one discipline has the solution for working and engaging with children and families. And actually, the best way of finding out what children and family wants is by asking them and listening to them and working with what they tell you. They have a saying in the community I work in. I've worked there for 28 years, and they slag off all the agencies and they destroy all our confidence in ourselves, which is pretty healthy probably, because we're a bit arrogant at times. And everywhere I go, I ride my white horse and think I've got the solution to a community's problems. And actually, the solutions to a community's problems are usually in that community. So you could run your meeting, and I've seen it run. I mean, it's like tag wrestling. You know, if it's great fun with professional groups. You put people in the middle, and so suppose we put you in a circle, and all the medics, health people, quite a lot of you, you put one of you in the middle, and the rest sitting behind, and we put the social worker in the middle, the rest sitting behind, and the family people, and then you argue about priorities. And when you think the person in the middle is not saying the right thing, you tap them on and you swap, and when they get desperate and haven't got an argument anymore, they say, come on, you change places with me. It's called tag wrestling. You do it a lot in trying to make decisions and work in community development ways and try and get voices shifted and changed. And it's asking the professionals to identify with being a parent or to identify with being a worker from another discipline. On our leadership training, we ask people, we've got teachers, social workers, health workers, people from all different disciplines coming together in leadership training, because I believe anybody can lead an integrated centre. It doesn't have to be one particular discipline that's dominant. But they've got to understand and empathise. You've got to get people doing this kind of exercise, thinking about what it's like from the person with least power, least voice, least choice perspective. And you know, you've got to identify with the other disciplines too. So you could run your meetings in different places. You could run them in different ways. You could say, we will put in all these provisions to make it come, lifts, creche, play workers, whatever. And then you could run them in different ways, jargon-free, not talking down to people because they live in an area that's technically trying to find the strengths in that community. So what you've got to start doing is get this great big map, and then everybody start mapping on. Because if you're thinking about whole system change, and somebody did ask this question at the beginning, it isn't that we've got to get away from. It isn't just about one centre. It's about working in a different way across the town. But we've got to think whole town. You've got to think whole town. So in these meetings, we need to make sure that, you know, we're starting to map, and we've got giant maps that look beautiful and gorgeous, and people, you know, and the dream makers and the people who've got, you know, who are angry about what happened with the fire and how things, that they all have a voice in here. At every meeting, use the data not to judge your community, but to check, have we got representative number of single mothers? If our community is full of single mothers, are they coming, and how can we do something better next time at the meeting to get them in? So I think what we've got to do is try and give the community with least choice a lot of choice and a lot of decision making, and try and think, how can we honour that? So yes, we will probably have, this is central, this is going to have a strong, people are going to want to probably have something here. But if we can divide the money so that there is something very strong and visible, maybe very homey, I mean, we're talking about the parents wanting a lot of adult learning, and maybe this could be very special.